Let's see. I want to say I'm getting better with this. Hopefully. All right, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. This is awesome, Possum. You're a possum. You're awesome, and you're off to kick Dr. Machino's butt. Yeah. So yeah, this is a game that was released in '93, kind of the late Genesis era, so to speak. This was made by Tengen, who you might recognize for such classics as the American version of Fantasy Zone on the NES? I'm actually kind of drawing a blank here. Yeah, so this game, one of the big selling points about it was the amount of digitized voices in it. The only problem, though, is that because there was so much of a focus on voice clips and whatnot, that the game itself actually runs really poorly. Yeah, there's a lot of lag in this game. The game generally runs at around 12 to 15 frames per second, pardon me. That's just a little mini game there. It doesn't really hold much bearing to the run. It's just a little environmental trivia. But yeah, anyways, this game has a serious problem with lag. In fact, part of the reason why I went up to the top there at the beginning of the run was mainly to reduce lag, so just by virtue of having less sprites on screen. That speed up power up that I got, the lightning bolt, think like Sonic 2 or 3 with the speed shoes, it generally just increases your speed. Which is gonna be real nice later on, mainly because because Awesome Possum here doesn't exactly run all that fast. Or at the very least, he runs fast, but he also gets hit a lot by enemies, so you don't really get a chance to really use that speed, so to speak. Wow, I got that right. Alright. Beautiful. Alright, so speaking of Sonic, this game's kind of structured into zones with 3 acts. So here we are at the 3rd act. Of course, we're gonna fight a boss at the end. And think, if you're wondering about the bosses, think kind of like Mega Man. Not necessarily in mechanics, but yeah, you'll see what I mean. Anyways, I'm taking this top route here mainly to grab that lightning power-up, because it's gonna help me traverse this stage a lot faster. So, just gonna make my way up here. Yeah, the knockback in this game can be real intense. So, you just gotta be a little bit careful here. Alright. With this, I should be near the end. Let's see. There's a hill here. And then there's a buzzsaw. Or drill, I guess. And then we're gonna just make our way down here. And here's the boss. So this is Gutsman here, as you can clearly see, and I'm gonna try and get him to this corner over here. So, Gutsman? Gutsman, please? Thank you. No? Yes? No? Yes? Ah, there we go. So that's what I like to call a trap kill. Basically, you want to make sure the boss is near a really low ceiling, so that you can continuously bounce on top of him. And because bosses don't have invincibility frames, you can just continuously bounce on him and just kill him almost instantly. Really helps with bosses. So now we're at the water level, and if you thought the game had a bad frame rate before, oh boy, you are in for a treat. Just wait till I get the lightning power up in this stage, and you will see this game's true wrath, so to speak. Come on. Oh man, I could have done a nice cool trick. In the grand scheme of things, I don't think that really saved a whole lot of time. It's mainly just a lag thing, so you can clearly see by virtue of running on the sea ground here, you move a lot faster, but at the same time, since you're moving so fast, it tends to create a lot of lag. So it's just kind of a trade-off, so to speak. Let's see here. Just want to make my way over here. We're almost near the end of the stage, so just a few more hills, so to speak. Yeah, I should be fine. Here's this big hill here. There we go. What I did just there is actually a neat little trick in this world in particular. So if you run off a slope with some speed, you can actually preserve it by swimming. It comes in handy in a few places. You might actually see that trick at work here. So this stage is an amalgamation of words that I'm not really sure I'm really comfortable saying.
Yeah!
Electra, thank you for the host, dude. Alright, where was I? So, no, you stay back there. So I'm gonna try and grab this eel power-up, I'm gonna try and grab this manta ray here. You can be real finicky to deal with. Aw, man. I'm just gonna grab this checkpoint and try again. Because that manta ray saves a lot of time. I am perfectly content with that death.
Never give up.
I agree, Awesome Possum. I'm just gonna take care of these enemies real quick.
Good one.
So the main reason why I want this manta ray is kind of the same sort of trick at work in the first stage. So I'm gonna try and make my way up to the top of the screen here. I don't want to go too far up or else the manta ray will despawn, but I generally want to be up here as much as I can because one, it reduces lag, but also two, these eel enemies can really mess with you, and I mean really mess with you if you're not careful. So this is more so just a safety precaution. That little pit right there, you might not be able to tell, but that's actually a hidden pit. You just want to make sure you jump over that. And I just want to make sure I am near the top of the screen so that I don't have to deal with these nasty eels.
I'm gonna clean up this world yet.
I am very apathetic to these eels hitting me, especially considering I grabbed a checkpoint. So, alright. I am going to do a neat little shortcut. Here we go. The regular path has you going through a maze of sorts, but taking this way allows me to grab a few extra bits of scrap. Because one of the things about this game is that once you collect 50 pieces of trash, you gain an extra life. And gaining extra lives is pretty good in this game because it refills your health, which is really nice. So now we're at the third stage here. We're gonna be fighting another boss, and this boss can be a real national treasure, so to speak. It's certainly an experience. I'm actually gonna go to the left here because if I go to the right, I'll just have to make a weird bend to the left anyway. Gotta just grab this safety health. And there is actually a manta ray all the way down here. And third verse, same as the other two. I make my way to the top here. Again, I would prefer to run on the ground. However, just because of how many enemies are on the ground, as well as this game's interesting collision detection, I am just gonna try and take the safe route, so to speak. The manta ray should be running out soon. Yep. And got an extra life. Okay, so there's a pit. I am not gonna make this. So I'm gonna be performing another neat little skip. And this skip actually skips quite a lot of the stage, actually. It's another weird, convoluted labyrinth that I have to traverse, but just gonna do the same thing here, and we are gonna be making our way to the second boss. So this is Ocean Man. He is the absolute submariner. He is the ocean master, so to speak. And if you're not careful, he will absolutely destroy you. It's just a combination of Awesome Possum here moving really slow, combined with the boss moving exceptionally fast underwater. It just makes it really hard for me to actually give consecutive hits. Although he seems to be playing nice. Again, bosses in this game are completely random. There is a way, I like to say, that you can manipulate him depending on where your position is relative to where the boss is standing. However, I don't want to take... Oh, wow. Okay. Wow. Okay. That was not terrible. I am impressed. Nah, 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 nah. Alright. Yeah, usually that boss can absolutely destroy you if you're not careful. Alright, so now we are in what I like to call Ice Cap Zone. It is the stereotypical ice level. There's not really much to say here. We will be seeing an appearance from what I like to call the bird. The bird is our best friend, and we must do what we can to protect him. What we don't want to do is hit those tires that bounce us in the wrong direction. Alright, so here... By the way, neat thing about animal buddies in this game, every time you press a different direction, it makes a sound. Beautiful. The bird is absolutely beautiful, I swear. The reason why I go to the top there isn't really because of lag, it's just that the terrain itself isn't exactly all that convenient to traverse in a fast manner. So it just makes things easier. guess I have to do this.
Hey, no cool.
Alright. It's here where you'll actually get to see some neat little tech, so... Granted, I'm not the best at it, but...
Oh, boy.
It does make this stage a bit interesting. I'd probably go so far as to say this is probably my favorite zone in the entire game. But that would have me acknowledging that this game would be good, and it's not. It is an absolute masterpiece, so to speak. Come on, alright. Yes! I actually don't really get this bird too often. And that's why. Yeah, I usually have a hard time getting that bird. But, hey, I got it. Okay. I want to make my way over here. Because the end of the stage is just over here. Nah, 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 nah. Alright, we are on the third act in this zone, so you're going to actually see a neat little trick here that I found earlier today. It just has to do with preserving your momentum, which is a thing. You don't actually get to see it all that often, but it is interesting when it happens. Oh my god. Okay. Yeah, enemies can be real interesting. Can I make this? Yeah. Sometimes your jump will arbitrarily end up short, and you won't actually make that. So, it can be real finicky. Okay. I'm gonna try this. Ah, I got greedy.
I'm back.
Aw, dang. Yeah, again, that's just something I have to practice. Ideally, you would make your way across those icicles. But again, that's mostly a new strat I just came up with earlier today, so it still needs some work. But it didn't really set us too far back, I want to say. Oh yeah, the bird. Wait, can I just... I can just make it across. Oh my goodness. Okay, there is a really annoying ski guy. That guy on the left. That's real annoying. So I'm glad that I can just skip him. Anyways, we're coming up to the third boss here. Don't blink. Alright, that's the boss. I remember when I discovered that, I laughed so hard. Anyways, this is the penultimate stage. I kind of want to be a bit careful here because there isn't really... there aren't... Oh, I want to get on that rhino. There aren't really any checkpoints in this stage. So... Okay. Interesting. Okay, then. Okay. Okay. Alright. Alright, then. There we go. Okay, I don't know what was going on there. Awesome Possum, I guess. Okay, thank goodness. I don't want to get that bonus coin, because then I'd have to do a bonus stage, and that just wastes time. There is a bonus stage that I will be going to. It's more so just a safety precaution, because the final boss is an absolute nightmare to try and fight. I'm gonna try and do a trick here. Just a singular trick. Yeah. That one I actually found out through a task by someone by the name of Motto. That's lowercase m-a, capital T-O. Big shout outs to him. He did a mock task of this. The Brave Soul. Alright. Alright, so that enemy I like to call the Ooze, because he will get everywhere. But thankfully, we won't be dealing with the Ooze tonight. Alright. So yeah, anyways, big shoutouts to Motto. He did a preliminary task of this, and a lot of the strats that I am using here actually come from him. We're gonna pick up another speed up. And this stage also has me flying to... Oh my god, I have never done that before. That is... Oh no. That's not good. Okay. That's actually not good. I want to make sure I land on that B. Because I need to be able to use him to do a trick. So... I have never flown to the top of that before. That's interesting. Okay. So I'm gonna do a trick where I hop over a fence. And I have to be real quick about it, because if I am off screen for too long, the bee will despawn. So I kind of have to be careful. And I just messed up entirely. Perfect. Ideally, I would hop over that fence. But this ain't too much of a problem. It's just a matter of going left, then going right, then going left. The only issue that I have is that I do have low health, and I don't want to die. But there's a checkpoint. Yeah, so if I had gotten that and didn't panic, I would have made it over that wall and skipped having to do that. But I will be able to do that. So that also skips a major portion of the level, so... Speaking of skips... Oops. There we go. If I go too far to the right, I won't be able to actually make it to the end. Simply because there isn't any way to actually get down from there, so... A 1. I will say, I am making some mistakes, but I am actually surprised at how well this run is holding together. Alright, this stage I found some major stuff, specifically from Motto's tasks, so hopefully I can show that off here. Don't do this. There we go. So that is a near frame-perfect input that you have to do. Just gonna do some nice platforming. This is probably the only other stage that I actually have a bit of an affinity for. Just the kind of tricks that you can do. Alright, I'm gonna do the same sort of trick with the rhino here. Again, you have to make sure you press jump very quickly and not hold it for too long. Otherwise, you won't be able to do that trick. Uh-oh. Oof. I panicked and I hit back the checkpoint. Oh well. That's actually a nice thing that you can do in this game. So, yeah, you can actually go back to a previous checkpoint. The only problem, though, is that you don't get a chance to refill your health, so that's just something to keep in mind. But it does help if you do accidentally fall down a pit with spikes. It just helps conserving with lives and whatnot. Okay, that's what I wanted to do. What do you mean, come on? I'm going as fast as I can. Alright. I'm actually going to take this bonus token here. I'm gonna need it for later, trust me. So this is Cloudman, and he is an absolute nightmare. Most bosses, there is a slight way to deal with them. With Cloudman here, there isn't, but that was actually a fairly decent stage. Wow, I got that right. Okay, so we're stopping here at the bonus stage because this boss can... this final stage can really screw you over. I have actually gotten a game over here before. Not getting these... notwithstanding this bonus stage here. Yes, you are, Awesome Possum. You are most definitely out of control. Again, this is just a safety precaution, if anything. And you will see why. Alright, so in traditional Mega Man fashion, you will have to go through a boss rush, but first... Brilliant. So now we're at the Fortress of Garbage. So, yeah, so now it's time for the refight. So here is Gutsman. The key is to not really move a whole lot. If you do, you'll panic and you'll just constantly get hit. At least that's what I found. So here's Seaman, or Ocean Man, so to speak. I'm gonna try something really stupid. Uh-oh, uh-oh, don't panic, don't panic, don't panic, don't panic, don't panic. Oh my god. Okay, so you kind of saw it there. I did manage to trap him underneath that ceiling. Ideally, you should be able to instantly KO him, but I flinched, so... Anyways, here's Hockey Man. Ah, Hockey Man can be a real game.
Never give up.
I agree, you should never give up. That just really goes for anything. Like, so many people focus on just all the negative aspects, and it really just doesn't help when trying to improve yourself, you know. The least you can do is be positive, and I know it can be tough. But as long as you have people out there that support you, you'll be just fine. At least that's what I think. But enough philosophical talk, so to speak. Each boss takes 10 hits. It's nothing complicated. Sometimes you can get multiple hits like that. I believe... Yes! So, Cloudman doesn't have trap kill, so to speak, but I do have a fairly consistent setup. So I'm gonna try and lure him to the right over here. Come on, come on, come on. Really? 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 You're gonna do this? Oh my god. Why? Thank you. So I get him in this little corridor here because he can't go through walls. And that way I can just consistently get 10 hits and just instantly KO him. And with that, we are off to the final boss. And this final boss is the main reason why I grabbed all those extra lives, because one of the difficult things about him is that he moves really fast. His attacks do a lot of damage. And the missile there has a particularly awful hitbox that you have to deal with. So, yeah, I'm expecting to die here. Don't panic. Don't panic. I'm panicking. I'm panicking. Yep. I panicked. You really just have to make sure you anticipate his moves. I found that if I hug this wall to the right here, I do have a better chance at surviving. But it's not by much. Especially with wonky hit detection, things like that. Okay then. I don't have anything to say about that. Come on. Come on. You can do this. Come on. Play nice. Again, like the other bosses, he takes 10 hits. Yes! Yes! Okay, alright. 32-27. Aside from some deaths, that is still very much an improvement. So, I will definitely take that. And for those who are just joining in, hello and welcome. What you just heard is me trying to do commentary in the form, or marathon-style commentary in the event that this somehow gets into an event. If anything, I probably just need more practice, but I would probably say, man, what am I trying to say? I would probably say that a good time would be around, I'm just gonna say maybe 29, 28. Aside from, the mistakes that I did, yeah, aside from the mistakes that I did, I would say that that's fairly solid. It's just a matter of spending more time with this. Because there are some interesting things about this game. It's just hard to really convey that with this frame rate. So, alright, as per usual, I am probably not going to play this game. I'm gonna switch over to some Yu Yu Hakusho.